collecting their accolades for the regular season as they take home the cup, and we get the coin toss and all the official pageantry out of the way and get down to brass tacks here as the two teams getting ready to play each other. Of course, United FA hailing from Pickering, Ontario, and Ottawa South United making a long trip down the 401 and get ready to play for Charity Shield supremacy, as it were. OPDL weekend. The first game is any indication. We should be catered to a entertaining affair as North Toronto Crown champions, 3-2 winners, held on to do that. The under-14 girls division. Moved to the under-15 today, under-16 coming up later at 3:30. And then to the boys tomorrow. But much to be settled here, and two very, very good teams, all going for a very, very good cause. Be back momentarily to kick things off and introduce you to everyone you need to know. OPDL Charity Shield. Cal McClellan pleased to bring you this broadcast, as is the entire team here at Ontario Soccer. We like to bring you as much content as possible. In this particular situation, you're seeing Ottawa South, a successful soccer club. In black jerseys, they'll be moving left to right on your screen. There's United FA from the Pickering region. In white jerseys, they're heading right to left. Referee for this game, Antoya Alexander. Assistant referees Ben Cameron and Dunya Tarabi, and Kyla DePerna is the fourth on the far side of the pitch. 40 minutes of run time. But the last minute, of course, will be held in case there is any extra time. At referee's discretion, time can be added, as it often is. We had 5 minutes on one quarter. It's the difference between this one. You'll have two 40-minute halves rather than quarters. Under 14 level, it's stress quarters. Under 15, they do away with that. Substitutions are unlimited, and those who left can come back in, as this is about development and not strictly about winning and losing, which makes for good soccer players and happy parents and fans, as everyone out here today is getting the best technical experience and the best conditioning in this province, and it has been on display for a while, and we are pleased to be able to bring it to you. Stepping up, the captain for Ottawa, that's Demonakos, and this ball goes over the top, and having to come all the way to grab it is the keeper, and doing well to do so. Far side, trying to move it up is United, but dispossessed by the Ottawa player on the far side. That's Victoria Miller, number 8 in your program. And then coming all the way back to the aforementioned Georgia Diamanakos. This throw is going to roll all the way down, and no problem. We'll have the first goal kick of the game for Ottawa. It's Ashley Pitcher in nets, taking it quickly and playing out to the side, something we saw a lot of in the last game, and something I imagine will be quite a theme throughout this day, that kicking blindly up the center of the pitch when perhaps the strength isn't always there to do so is not advisable, and playing out of the back and promoting that skill to be able to deal with pressure situations and move the ball forward. The full length of the pitch, certainly something the coaches like to emphasize. Throw in on the far side, knocked into the middle play, and a good boot to knock it forward, but not too far, as both back fours seem to be very organized and not taking many chances and not giving many inches on the far side, as that's Michaela Mosier, number 88. She's fighting for it and wins a throw-in. Chance for United side, and turned over almost just as quickly. Firstbrook playing back out to far side, and this is a good chance for Chadwick to turn. Loses possession. Taylor Wood through the middle, giving way to Shannon Fee, who has the ball and plays it out wide now. Seeking ball down the side. Miller. Victoria Miller with a step over. D not giving an inch. Knocks down. Ball popped up and headed out and away to safety. Alberti, number 10 in your program. You can see her with the long ponytail, will be a name we say often. Iman Alberti. Good player in her own right, and is looking for the ball in the center, and it comes to her. Takes a knock off the inside of her boot, well turned. Ottawa has to be careful. They are. There's a wrestle there, and getting an arm twisted in and around the other player, Caitlin Searle, number 33, and committing the foul. It's so easy to get the arms tangled up when you go in shoulder to shoulder, and it becomes an even battle. Then it's usually whoever is the first one to make a blatant play with an arm will surrender the foul. Alberti playing near side. Perusin. And the return for Perusin. She heads into the corner. And it's going to take a ricochet off her leg. A good play by the defender, Madeline Bush, in that right back position for Ottawa South. Going up the line, knocked out. Possession staying with Ottawa. Bush heading backwards to the captain. That center back roll. Looking to turn is Lang. And she's able to push forward. Firstbrook now. Hannah Firstbrook. Turned over in a good possession by United. So they've got a little bit of space, and they're going to try the long ball, and they're going to send it all the way down. Perusin. Kajilig, if she can get it wide. She could not. Going into her was Richardson. But it'll stay with United as they'll get a throw on the far side. And happy to let this one go is Damian Akos. So the captain definitely on board with the playing out of the back ability and getting the touches in there for the keeper. A little bit of confusion there, as I'm not sure if that was meant for Damian Akos or for the keeper, and Damian Akos taking charge and making sure crisis was averted. Well, here's a great ball forward and having to give chase. Coming as the keeper, a chip. It's over. A good look and close to getting caught in no man's land was Williams. But Williams doing enough to cover off the angle, and the only option for the player going forward, Jade Taylor-Ryan, was to try and chip it. She had to be accurate and just wasn't accurate enough. Taylor-Ryan, getting another chance, plays a good ball across the area, falls to the penalty spot before it's hammered with a left foot back across field to try and start transition the other way. Bush. Chadwick now. Chadwick good with the ball at her feet. Chadwick, nice little step over. Chadwick with a shot from distance, and it was just going up. Unable to keep it down, but a good hit with the right foot outside the area. And they'll have to keep an eye on guarding Catherine Chadwick extremely well, as the right wide mid will be able to do a lot of damage out there with some space, and giving chase there, Katie Richardson, but she'll win the throw in, takes it extremely quickly. Hanish. Near side for Bush. Bush stopping, going backwards. Something Ottawa South looks very comfortable with. Doesn't need to force anything going forward. Well disciplined, trusting their center backs, their right backs, and if the right run isn't made, then they're able to go backwards. That time the ball runs just out of play on the near side for a throw-in. Possession now to Ottawa, racing across the field. Fee. Giving chases. Kajilik. But no problem. For Ottawa, they've got a bit of comfort, except that one's just going to sail off the boot of pitcher. She'll want it back. Instead, they'll settle for a throw-in. Will United FA. Ottawa regrouping, and off they go through the midfield, turning back again. Long ball, good left-footed hit, but just not strong enough. Takes a favorable bounce for Ottawa, though, and turned over now. Back the other way is Searle. Playing it backwards, popped up. Looking for Kajilik, but just a little bit to the right of her, and turnover back the other way for Ottawa. They've got the ball deep into the corner. The other Kajilik, Alexia. You'll see Kayla playing further up the field. Alexia in that center back position, commanding the back line. Paired with Suknor Dillon, and she's standing over this free kick because she's about to try to pick somebody out, but a few balls in the air, very good command and control by both sides, and goal not to be beat over the top. Turnover that way. First time ball, looking for Kajilik, but Alberti doing well to win it back. Kajilik off the foot. Lang well to win it in the middle. Little bump in the back as that was number 6. Catherine Chadwick does well not to commit the foul. Possession stays with her side. And they go out of play. So 12 minutes gone by, and both of these teams try to carve out a style of play, a a pattern and get some fluidity to what they're looking to do. So far, Ottawa looking the better side, or at least the more possessive side, as they've looked comfortable holding the ball at the back four and looking for options going forward, trying to pick something out. Well controlled there was Taylor Ryan. Chadwick pops this one up, not towards goal like she would have wanted it, but possession staying, and it's going to skip out to the side, and it'll stay with Ottawa South for a throw. First half, got to thank our proud partners, Toronto FC, proud to support youth soccer in Ontario. Toronto FC, presenting partner of the OPDL, as well as Gatorade. Today's OPDL Charity Shield action is fueled by Gatorade, the official sports fuel of the OPDL. We encourage you to try Gatorade Frost today. New Gatorade Frost, your fuel to play cool, as this one's sent all the way down to Ashley Pitcher, who's just going to play it out wide, and that familiar out-of-the-back style. Long ball, testing the back four. And doing well is Dillon as she gets to that one. Hainish. Chested and controlled, cutting through the middle, but given away. Searle, Caitlin Searle trying to get it forward. Come to Kajilig, I'd skip off her boot. And Hainish. One of two of the middle of the back four, partnered with Damian Akos as they try to go wide. Can't find any room. Kajilik cutting in. And it'll go off the boot of Hainish and out for a throw-in on the far side. 14th minute of play. Still scoreless. If you're just joining us late, that is United in white. It is Ottawa in black. And this is the OPDL Charity Shield from the Ontario Soccer Centre in Vaughan. Far side now. Perusin, if she can get on the end of it, cannot get there first, then it will be the first corner kick of the game, and it will go the way of United FA. Late runs from three players into the box. Head on it. Chance to bring it down. Popped up. Nearly got a boot in the face as trying to be able to turn, but bravely sticking her head in there was Chadwick. No worse for wear, but winning the foul. As they say, a dangerous high boot and trying to turn and kick it. Turnover. Kajilig bumped over from behind and then kicking the ball away for good measure, and that might find her in the book. It depends how forgiving Alexander is. And in this instance, he'll just mark it off and let bygones be bygones. As not to dole out the cards too early. So they'll mark it off right at the edge of the 18. Putting this at about 28 yards out. A hit. Alberti just wide of the net and wasn't going to trouble Pitcher from there. But a substitution will be made at this point, and looking to get somebody in. I don't know if there was an injury or they were maybe calling for a preemptive substitution. Signal was there. Play on, says the referee, and play on we shall. 15 minutes and 16 minutes now gone by in this one. Searle playing back and forth, looking for a little bit of help. Losing possession now. Trying to find some space through the middle. Wide open, calling for it and getting the ball to her feet. Fee working around to the outside, plays back towards the top of the box, flicked on. Chance for Ottawa, deflected and in! Jade Taylor-Ryan came on the end of it and directed it towards the top corner. It was a good run from Fee through the middle, calling for the ball, hammering it back across. Taylor Ryan opened the scoring. And did so with 17 minutes gone by in this game. Back looking for an equalizer already, United. Searle, great ball. Tried to control and into the top of the spot. Opportunity if they keep going. Kajilig! It's in! Kayla Kajilig didn't give up on it, found herself in space. And one good turn deserves another as Kayla Kajilig finding the net. Two goals within 30 seconds. The Ontario Soccer Centre heating up now after a relatively sleepy opening 15 minutes. Sparks are starting to fly now. Damian Acko sending this one down. Chadwick giving chase. Chadwick giving no room. Looking for Taylor Ryan, excuse me. But they'll keep the throw. That's going to flick off the head of Hannah Firstbrook, and it'll go towards the Pickering side of United FA. So Taylor Ryan strike in the 17th minute, canceled out by a strike also in the 17th. Kajilig finding the net just 30 seconds later. Kajilig now playing back. Alberti, and then out wide. Loblack just going to jump onto the end of this and look for someone to throw in quickly. Wants to take it quickly, but not a lot of options. And perhaps a little too far, and essentially just sends it down the line, and sending it into safety and out is not sure the status of where her teammates were. And better safe than sorry, that's what they say. Kajilig, opportunity to send this one across. It's there, but it's knocked out. It'll go for a corner kick, the second corner kick of the match for United FA.
All yours. 0-0. Let's go.
A halfway point of this first half. In swinging corner kick. It's a good one, right to the penalty spot. Kajilig going up for it, defended very well and cleared very well. Ottawa South, if they can get something in transition now. Taylor Ryan trying to wait up. Nice little bit of footwork there as her teammates joining her in the rush. Trying to create some space, but not getting a lot of room. Alberti all over her and not able to grab it is Chadwick. Chadwick can try and give some chase, but the ball doesn't make it into the corner for her. And it's going to be a foul in the center going the way of Ottawa South as run into was Isabella Hainish, excuse me. And Hainish with a better argument for the ball, says the man in the middle. Lang, good ball. Controlled the other way and just getting into every sort of available space is Bush. Dispossessed is Chadwick. Lang stepping up for it, but beaten to the ball and a good play to move on it by Perusin. Moving forward now. Taylor Ryan has the opening goal off a nice volley, took a deflection off the keeper and in. We know she can find the goal, and now you're starting to see the physicality, and neither of these girls want to give an inch. Space in the middle now. Good job from Ottawa going backward to find the space there and not trying an ambitious ball to Chadwick on the near side. They'll do it a little bit slower, but closing this gap ever so slightly is United FA and forcing a turnover and good defensive pressure by the girls in white. calling for a quick one. Kajilik doesn't reach her, and they'll say it is going to be a substitution. So, substitution for United FA, giving way is Alberti. She'll take a quick breather. And checking into the match is number 30, Nikayla Small. Kajilik looking for Mosier on the far side, making a run. But good discipline again by Ottawa to make sure their lines are solid. Corner giving chase Victoria Miller. Miller catches up to it, able to keep it in play. Good job by Victoria Miller. Top of the area. Ball across the face of goal, having to have a run to get there is Chadwick. They're going to say a handball and play will stop. Free kick going the way of United FA. Trying to turn and get that one out. Perusin, number 17. She's been tenacious on D and hasn't had a lot of room on offense. Every time she's able to turn, there's someone right there in her hip pocket. So it'd be interesting to see if Jessica Perusin can find some space. There's definitely someone with a skill to make a difference here today for this Eastern GTA side. Ball comes to the penalty spot and very nearly an opportunity, but mistiming the jump and not getting enough to get anything on it. It'll roll out harmlessly for a goal kick as the substitutions start to come fast and furious now. This one for Ottawa. Victoria Miller, after a lot of sprinting down that far side wing, will give way, and checking into the game will be Martina Milito. So Milito for Miller here with about 15 to go. And see cries for put it down, get the ball on the ground and control it. It's just rattling around between a couple headers in the close to the final third of United, and a nice job there by Moser to play wide for Lawblack. Kajilik and Lang clashing. Throw in coming out for United and leaving that throw in and seeing if they can get a little bit of distance on it. Lawblack, ball in, comes all the way out, having to hit an ambitious first time volley, but it finds its way to Jessica Perusin, and ball will stay with the side in white. Throw in deep in the territory of Ottawa. It was a Ottawa strike that I think a lot of people saw coming, and perhaps a United strike and an answer that they did not. A far shot from Nikki Small, but that's going to run all the way into the keeper harmlessly. Their off balance was Small, but she was still able to get enough to direct it towards goal. No one running in to cause any danger, though. Far side, this ball's going to stay in, not enough to trouble, and Lang cleaning up, no problem. Damian Akos. That's a great job cutting across the field by Melito, the substitute, coming in and does well to do a switch. Just ran the ball into space. Shot from distance, takes a ricochet off Kajilik. And Alexia is going to give chase, and she's going to do well to win the throw as it stays off an Ottawa player. So good job by Alexia Kajilik, as that cross was potentially dangerous with two black shirts in the box. But a great run by Martina Melito, and certainly something that both coaches will be preaching is to control the ball, and if you can get space, take space. And not afraid to have someone who's going to run at defenders. Textbook case of that right there, exactly what we like to see in the OPDL. Now back the other way with a chance to counter. A little bit of space is Small, waiting to pick out a player. Wasn't exactly on, but a nice job controlling by Perusin. And then off to the far side. This is Mosier. And knocked over the top, looking for Kajilig. Lang not fooled by that. And a flick backwards by Richardson. Is now going to have to turn and give chase to Mosier. Mosier going to try and turn the corner. Does well to fight off the attack. Mosier to her right foot. It's going to be out for a corner. It was the only recourse for Lang. And the safe play just to get in front of it. A good play as we talk about running directly at the other team. Mosier getting around one player, forcing a corner. And now we'll see if she can set it up with the corner herself. It's got some great arc to it at the top of the 6. Controlled well by Ottawa South. And played out. Pinching forward. Oh, and a nice back heel. If not for a few feet, that was spot on to start a transition the other way. Perusin going in, gets bumped by a couple players, but the ball was there cleanly before the bump. And it'll merely be a throw-in. Good challenge by Ottawa, good turn. The ball finally goes out of play. Well, and I also want to thank our other partners, of course, Soccer X. Thank you to the OPDL partner, Soccer Express, for their first-class support as Canada's premier dealer. Soccer Express has everything you need to take your game to the next level. Visit www.soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, and Admiral. And, of course, many others. SoccerX.com. It's where you need to be, as well as Holland Bloorview. Holland Bloorview, experts in the field of youth concussion. Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital have formed a collaboration with Ontario Soccer, and this partnership will improve concussion awareness and education. And great defensive play there. Shot from distance and another good block from Kajilig. And a good job from Mosier as she looks for space down the side. Very well weighted well, and Michaela Mosier with a good run. Just to finish that up, how important concussion awareness is and the good work of people at Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital. So ensuring the improved safety of youth soccer players across the province, a high priority for them, a high priority for us here at Ontario Soccer. And we creep into the final 10 minutes of this opening frame. We are tied at 1, 2 goals within a minute of each other. Finding the net first is Ottawa South, and replying almost immediately is United FA. Skajilik sends this one high and off near her own bench. Staying in play, Mosier doing well along that far sidelines, and her and Small link up to try and get the ball forward. Swallowed up, though, by the defensive mid and back four of Ottawa South. Damianakos. And a run going forward. Thinking off of that run was Melito, as instead of going near line, creates space and goes far. Melito very good at distributing, and this one shot from distance, and not going to trouble the keeper. There's Williams there to grab it immediately. Sends this one high as it came within a few inches of the roof. Perfectly weighted and finds her teammate Mosier. Small. Good control. Small going to try and step around. Lang plays off to the side and out for a throw-in. Mosier, great ball back in for Small. And this one taking it off the side of the face and getting up almost immediately is It was just a little bit of a stinger, referee going over to see if Katie Richardson is any worse for wear, but bouncing back up right away. All the way back, Kajelig finding space to her right. As Taylor Ryan had closed one side, and Mosier looking for space, swinging this ball in for the other Kajelig. Waiting for the top. Searle with a hit from distance. No good from 30 yards out. Might have caused some trouble from 40. It was like a long arcing ball. She was not able to keep it down, and it was a difficult volley, with players closing on her rapidly. Player down on the far side, and that goal kick is going to be brought back. And it was Katie Richardson, that was hit with the ball, and maybe after thinking about it for a little bit, she might have a little bit of blood, or at least just a bit of a stinger to get some ice on that. So she's going to step off the pitch, and they're going to allow a substitution to take place. As trying to fight through it was Richardson, but checking in at the far side and coming into the game is Katie Broadhurst. So Broadhurst in with about 6.5 to go. Still a tie game here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. Cal McClellan, pleased to give it to you. Words and moving pictures, as is the wont in the 2017. We have Charity Shield games all weekend. This is number 2 in the under 15 girls level, and a good turn by Melito and hit, looking for Taylor Ryan, and avoiding giving that corner away is Taylor Wood. It'll be a throw on the near side, played in. I don't know if they're saying that was a foul throw, but displeased with the outcome as the refereeing crew, as they'll turn it over to United FA. Peruson flicking on. Chadwick giving chase. And a great play by Lang there, as body positioning fended off an arriving Mosier. Michaela Mosier wanted nothing more than to just tip that one forward and run in and tap it in, because that's likely what would have happened. Turn and playing up. Kajelig. Great ball square across the field. Leaving it small. Pitch and catch with Mosier. That ball runs a bit too far, and just excellent positioning by Lang, and even plays it up the field right on a dime. A little bit of a fight there, and going to ground and winning the free kick on the far side is Loblack. And Loblack will give way to Dillon. This Dillon goal has to be hammer something right in between the penalty spot and the 6. That's where she's aiming. That's where the ball is. Flicked on by Kajelig up and over the bar. But Dillon put that one on a dime and gave an opportunity to her side. Flicked over the bar with just over 4 minutes to go here in a game that is still tied between Ottawa South and United FA. 2 Uniteds. Ottawa South United. Melito. Good job by Peruson moving forward. Peruson coming forward. Kajelig fighting in the corner. And this one knocked out, and a good little bit of pressure here in the last part of this half by United, as they seem to find their form and their feet and realize that not giving United of Ottawa the room is going to be key in slowing their ability to break out the way they want. So perhaps clamping in a little bit more and the room slowly closing up for Ottawa and forcing them to be accurate more of the time. It's going to be a throw in on the near side. Madeline Bush sends this one in, and then it's flicked on and not able to keep it in play, as they'll say it did take a deflection off white and it'll stay with black. If you're not familiar, with the way it works, we'll have this clock on the far side of the pitch that you might notice on your screen. That'll run all the way down from 40 to about 1 minute, and then leave the luxury and discretion of the referee to add more time if he sees fit. So when it finally gets to the 1 minute mark, we'll be able to add more time. So if the clock stops at 1 minute, there is absolutely nothing wrong. It just means that more time can be added on. This one's sent, and trying to get one more ball in is Ottawa South. Playing it out of the back, and a good job, Perusin, playing square and knocking this one up towards the opposite goal is Rauji. Knocked back forward, and a little bit of time there for Wood to turn. And on the end of it was Searle, but she got it caught up in her feet, and Taylor Ryan now going to go out for a goal kick. So closing in on that 1 minute mark, of course, these two teams remain this way for an extra half. 1-1, 2-2, 3-3. Whatever the case, they would go directly to penalties to solve it. Still a long ways to go before that. And a good job by Kajilik to put her foot over that ball bravely and stop it on a dime. She gets rewarded in the ball at midfield. Moser going forward, trying to flick it on, but Lang eventually has it come to her foot, and for finding her head this time. Small. Nice ball to the outside. Low black. And Small. And Mosier. Dylan's got to be careful. She's got Melito bearing down on her. Plays back to the keeper and safely out to the near side for Wood. Taylor Wood. Little space up the far side. Can't be a lot of injury time. A nice little play by Wood there. Twisting Fee inside out. Ball comes to Kajilik. Takes a skip off her boot though. Rauji. Small, and this is very nice from United as they're really finding their form. Just needing that final ball to cooperate as well as the build-up. Lot of space. Great ball knocked out by Hainish. And Taylor Ryan unable to come up with it, but still pushing forward on that far side is Chadwick. Chadwick extremely effective on the near side. She plays the right or the left. Awaiting this throw and see if she can swing a ball in. Fee. Muscled off the ball by Small. And Small doing well to win the free kick, which she will leave, and might have been better to take it quickly as there can't be a whole lot of time, and you have to figure very close to blowing the whistle for the end of the first half will be Alexander, as he does not check his watch, so maybe he's got a little bit more. Was willing to give a bit more. Dylan sending this one high down the far sideline, under it, and that'll do it. As the end of the first half, United FA, Ottawa South United. In a deadlock at 1, with goals coming within a minute of each other. Still 40 minutes to solve it all. We'll take a break for halftime. We'll see you shortly after. Just about to get ready here for the second half of play. The OPDL Charity Shield. Ottawa South United in a deadlock right now with United FA, as both of these teams doing battle here today, and champion will be crowned. We go to penalty shots if that's what it takes. A little bit of background. Launched in 2014 with the 2001 age group. The Ontario Player Development League is one of the province's first standards-based youth high-performance leagues that combines top-level competition with strict high-performance training standards. This innovative and exciting youth high-performance program was an important component of the overall movement to adopt core principles of the long-term player development across all soccer and at large in Ontario and in Canada. By 2018, OPDL will also encompass under 13 to under 17 age groups inclusive for both male and female players. And we're seeing the best of the best from the females today, the men tomorrow, boys and girls really. But that's why it's important to get it at an early age group and instill proper training. As this one sent across the face of goal, trying to catch up with it is Melito. She does if she can force a corner. It goes backwards, knocked off a small. We'll go for a throw for Ottawa. Ottawa, by the way, in black. If you're just joining us, they're headed right to left in your screen. A foul throw there on the far side and complaints, but not for long. United FA in white headed left to right. Good box out by Small as she's able to buy a little bit of time for her teammate going to ground, Mosier. And played down into space and knocked forward. And down along the near side now and knocked out of play. Be a throw in. So further to the point, the OPDL represents young players' early graduation to a genuine high-performance training environment targeting only the top athletes in the province from age groups 113 to all the way up to U17 with what will be the highest level of competitive youth soccer in Ontario. Unlike other leagues, OPDL operates more as a high-performance training program than merely a league, and that's a very important distinction to make when you're watching this because the focus is on training technical ability and doing everything right rather than just racking up W's. As you don't have to tell most people who have been around the game long enough that it's very easy for a 13-year-old on a growth spurt to run their way right down the middle through a lot of kids who might not be as physically strong, but it does them a bit of a disservice no matter how many goals they scored because as they get older, they will not be able to score them in the same fashion. And underscoring that point to the principles of the OPDL that training and fitness and learning doing things the right way more important than winning. And it's not that winning is important, it's that winning at a younger level isn't necessarily important. It's the same goals of building good football players here and getting the men back to a World Cup for the first time since 1986 and getting the women over the hump to finally win that World Cup. The next group of players for the national team could very well be on the field here today as almost 4 minutes into this first half, still tied at 1. The goal scoring came in spurts in the 17th minute. Apart from that, no one has found the net. And both of these teams certainly starting to understand what the other one is about and going to find a way maybe exploit one weakness might be enough. Played backwards. Center back, out of the back. Damian Akos, very solid. That partnership between her and Isabella Hainish looks off Hainish and sends it far up the pitch. Knocked into the middle, swarming all over that. Melito is there. On the ball is Bourne. Lang, a little push in the back. Referee caught it. As Caitlin Searle got her hands up. Hainish, good ball forward. Well corralled by United. Chadwick looking for room down the far side. Runs out of it, but it'll stay with Ottawa. Missing it going forward was Miller. OSU trying to get a bit of pressure on. Lang knocks it forward, cleared out by Small. Pressure, Hainish takes it off, but Hainish guarding against with that left foot. And it ricochets all the way to her. And she's able to keep possession and avert a crisis. Small with a nice turn. Runs out of room. Going backwards. Melito. Looking for Lang. Small again. Broadhurst gives way to Hainish, and ball cleared out. Throw coming forward and stepping up to take it. Kylie Riches. She finds her way into this game for the second half. And do it again as Riches standing over this ball. This one will be a corner kick, so not out of the woods yet as Ottawa South look like took a deflection off a couple players, and referee says corner. Scattered all around the boxes, United. Ball in, top of the area, on the end of it. Great defensive play to clear lines, still not cleared. Rattling around, shot from distance, off the face, appeals for a handball. And it was. It looked like it came up and hit a player in the face and maybe a hand on the way through. There's a lot going on there. Referee having a very good look at it, making the decision not immediately, but pausing at least half a second to let it sink in. Process it. Meanwhile, standing over the ball for the penalty. And it's high. Taylor Wood just put it high. An opportunity to go a goal up, and Wood will want that back, but has to shake it off just as quick as the ball went over the net. And then played out of the back. So a nervous few minutes for Ottawa. Good 2 minutes of pressure and nothing to show for it for United, and trying to switch the field and send that one across is Claire Bourne. Hainish does well to turn and cut up. Broadhurst giving chase to her left foot, is able to get it up the line. And turned is Chadwick. Chadwick rushing away. Still Chadwick if she can get it back. Bourne loses possession. Small fighting through it, going to ground and knocking that one out of play. It'll go out of bounds and towards with Ottawa South. Into the top of the area, Bourne. Back the other way now, United pushing forward. This one takes a deflection, it's going to run, it's going to go right directly towards Hainish. Hainish gets a body into a player for United. They both go toppling to the ground, no call, but Good pressure regardless from number 5, Candice Curry, as she was forcing her way forward for United and wins a throw for her side. Curry also checking into the game on that top spot. Has been buzzing around goal for the past 10 minutes, the opening 10 minutes of this half. Curry now running towards the ball. Hainish going to try and do it. Curry going to make it more difficult for her, but a very, very good shield by Hainish. A very good effort by Curry, and put it right into the middle and looking to see if they can get this ball played in immediately as Ashley Pitcher. She does, and into the corner to Damian Akos. Certainly night and day between the type of pressure that we saw Ottawa facing in the first half, and throughout the game it's more and more and more and mounting, and it seems as Ottawa South cannot turn without a white jersey in their hip pocket. And certainly working to United's favor. Bourne. Once again, a white jersey on top of it. Started out the other way. This is Searle. Pushes forward. Cut in a good defensive play now by Lang. Also Lang. Ball turned over. Back the other way. Thomas committing the foul as she knocks down Hainish. Long ball from Lang, a little too far. Instep from Kajilig, and now started the other way. Alberti plays a ball in and doing well to knock it free and out of danger's way is Jamie Lamont. Not going to run as far to get out of play. Now it finally does, and a throw going to United FA. Taken in quickly. Small. Chest to her foot. Plays it top of the area, and a good job to get on a header and a wonderful positioning by Candice Curry. And Curry fighting for every inch of space there at the top on that striker's position. Bourne. Broadhurst. Good patience to get it back to the middle. Hainish. Lang. Overcommitting was Thomas, and a good job by Lang to grab it. Trying for a long ball. Getting Catherine Chadwick involved. Doesn't make it to her, though. Steps over it. Bourne. Very good ball to the near side. Double run for Miller. And it's knocked out of play, and it'll be a throw-in. Staying with Ottawa South here as we sit in the 13th minute. Across the face of goal. Bourne got a foot on it, but not able to corral it. It skipped a little too far away from her and all the way to the keeper, Hannah Williams. Williams with a very good kick down the side and something to run onto for Curry. Flicked up. Be a handball. Not really much can be done about that if you're Jamie Lamont, but regardless, she had her hands inward and not by her side almost every time. The referee will call that. Good long kick. Will make it just around to the 18, but a good step up by Lang. Knocks it forward. Taken off the boot of Chadwick and then turned. Little bit of back and forth, and another good job there by Fee going forward. Fee looking for Melito, and Melito got on the end of it, but the ball did not get past Taylor Wood. She shakes off that penalty miss with a couple of good defensive plays over the course of the last 5 minutes. Bourne. Doesn't have a lot of room, but hits from distance. Bourne. It was tricky because it was dipping, but not nearly enough to worry Hannah Williams. And the ball knocked down in a little bit of space. Lang and Broadhurst collided, and having to give chase is Broadhurst. She won't get there. It's going to be a throw that stays with United FA, but a little bit of miscommunication between the left back and the center back. And the forfeit will be a throw-in a 1-1 game. with 25 minutes separating us from penalty shots. Good header to clear lines. Knocked out by Searle. Stay with Ottawa South United. Hainish did well to turn out. Good ball forward. Bourne going to get caught from behind. Small having a talking to now. And probably a warning to say that's your last one. For the most part, she has been right on her challenges. She has missed a couple. Another bad one could find her in the book, but so far we don't have any bookings today, and it has been a relatively clean game. Going down and taking that one in the stomach was Claire Bourne. And she didn't want to go down and then did again. And I think a little bit of miscommunication there, as there may have been a few players than United who had no idea that that ball was going right back to their keeper, or at least that was the intention of Victoria Miller. I was surprised she stepped up to take it, so... Anyway, we are back on, and I don't really mind that, personally. If a ball is obviously not in an area where anyone's in a position to break out, as Small in a position to break out here. Stopping play, that is. There's an injury. So we go to the top. Here's an easy hit, and it's over the bar. Alberti had a go at it, and it was rolling perfectly and allowed her to take it first time. She probably had the ability to take a touch, but it was hard to pass that up as a rolling ball came right towards her. And there will be 4 changes at the same time, as we'll see if we can track them all for you. But Kajili coming back in. And Michaela Mosier making her trip back onto the field. As is Kiana Loblack. And it looks as if Jessica Peruzin, the last one. So Moser, Peruzin, Loblack, all checking back in, as well as Kajilik. Small does well to win it again, as she's done all game. Alberti with a nice little flick on. Kajilik can run onto it if she gets there first, but Lang equal to the task. A little bit of fighting over the top, and Lamont with the hands up from distance. Small ball hopped up on the keeper pitcher, but not enough to worry her. Nineteenth minute of play here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. Cal McClellan, pleased to be able to talk about the moving pictures you're seeing right now. We're pleased to be able to bring them to you. As the OPDL Charity Shield. And why is it the Charity Shield? Well, while also an integral opportunity to showcase the immense talent of the OPDL before fellow OPDL members, scouts, and families, the Charity Shield raises money for Ontario charities. And that's something we can't stress enough. Every dollar accumulated through the $5 admission will be donated to Ontario charities chosen by the winning teams in each match. So 6 matches, 6 winners, and 6 will choose winning charities. As this one's going to take a deflection and doing a good job to save it and send it potentially out for a corner, but then it's saved again and hammered off the back wall over on the far side. Good job by United FA. Last year, over $2,900 was raised, and that money was given to Sick Kids Breast Cancer Foundation, Hall and Bloorview Concussion Center, one of our proud partners. All to very worthy causes, and the first charity being given was Sick Kids again this year. So for the work that they do. There's a very high kick in the area, and luckily contact wasn't made. They'll have to watch their boots, as that could be a problem. Miller losing possession. Kajilig on a foot race. Can she chip? Keep her way out. Kajilig had it at her feet, but Lang got there first and found it, and it's coming all the way up. Small has Moser to the right. That ball could run a little far for her. Stays in play. Broadhurst having to give chase, and it'll go to Ottawa South. So what can you do in terms of aiding? Well, you can come out here. Still a game later on today. If you can make it here by 3:30, we'll have the under 16 girls, which should be an excellent matchup. And on top of that, we'll be here all day tomorrow. So you can tune in on live stream or come to the Ontario Soccer Centre and take in the guys' action when we see them tomorrow. On top of that, this year the OPDL is also running a silent auction where those in attendance and those watching from home can bid on some fantastic prizes and gear. Why? Because we do it all digital. www.32auctions.com/OPDL. That's 32auctions.com/OPDL to place some bids. Canada soccer packs, a couple soccer balls there. Some good stuff from Gatorade. Josie Altidore may or may not have signed a jersey. Lots of good options to take a look at that before this weekend is done, and we encourage you to check it out. Another substitution, as checking back into the game, was the goal scorer, Jade Taylor-Ryan, coming back in for Ottawa South United. Her strike in the 17th minute. Leveled out by Kajilig, who found the net as well. So they're both on the pitch. Could have a brace win this thing. Broadhurst, room up the side. Miller. This one sent high as it loops over the mat or screen. It drops down and does not touch anything. Small, beneficiary of a great header on the back line, pushing forward. Well, it was a miscue away from finding Kajilig, but no miscue to be found from Damian Akos. She's been solid, trying to find room to turn on the far side. Melito does well to win the throw as she's quick to pick the ball up. 17 minutes plus whatever deemed to be injury time on top of that. But Melito had that one skip up on her, waits for it to go out of play. It was out of play. Still staying with black. They're looking for one last crack at the net. Played across the area. Oh, and nearly getting on the end of it with a left foot arriving late was Victoria Miller. It was tough to read. The ball was spinning, and Miller really didn't have much of an angle by the time she got there. Mosier with a lot of pressure on. Broadhurst giving chase. Knocked forward now. Chadwick losing possession. Taylor Wood losing possession. Hainish loses possession. And a great play by Broadhurst. Katie Broadhurst sacrificing her body, winning the foul. And she had to adjust something. Looking to take it quick was Hainish. And the referee said, well, let's go back to where the foul occurred. And Alexander perhaps having a discussion on the far side with one of the players, and that discussion is over very, very quickly. Running in is Miller. Can they get there? And a nice play by the keeper, Hannah Williams, to get there first. Good step up again by Broadhurst, really showing her mettle here in the second half. And very solid at that left back position. And again, as if to prove my point, right in the hip pocket of Mosier dispossessing. Nice little turn there and knocked down. Lang did well to control. Nice turn by Miller in turn. Pushed off the ball, and the referee says it's a foul. And against Kiana Lowblack as she takes the ball with her and kicks it away. Taylor Ryan. You hear the calls of pressure, trying to knock it in. Miller, ball to her feet. Has Taylor Ryan, except plays it a little too far backward. Hainish couldn't get to it. Bump in the back. And it'll go out for a throw. Ball rattles around, just a little bit of trouble for United getting it out of that corner there, and that pressure that they've been putting on Ottawa South. Now Ottawa trying to pin them in deep. They get a turnover this way. Fee. And then in turn, Kajili comes up with the ball the other way, and Searle out with it. Small sending down to the far side, and if she can catch up with it, Perusin not able to do it, is one a little far over her head, and the substitution on the far side is change for Ottawa South. Grabbing a bib was the very effective Martina Melito. And checking back into the game, Hannah Firstbrook. So Firstbrook for Melito with about 13 and a half to go in a 1-1 game. So we inch ever closer to penalty kick solving this one. But is there a golden goal for one of these two teams? Will someone try to win it in regulation? Who is the most confident about pushing players forward? A lot of pressure and a fast break opportunity if they're able to counter is certainly there. Kajili losing possession. Knock back forward. Push down the side. This is Miller. Miller has some help with Broadhurst, and Broadhurst looking for the give and go, but it was not there. That's number 4, Hannah Firstbrook. And giving chase on the far side, that is Perusin with the ball at her feet. Does well to get around the player, Jessica Perusin. And this one takes a deflection off Damian Akos and out for a throw. As close to inside, 10 minutes plus whatever extra time's there. Small. Play across. Kajili knocks backwards. Wood losing possession and then getting it back, and a good job by Taylor Wood following the ball and looking backwards. A little run for Wood if she can get down the sidelines. Doesn't want to get pinched, though, and a good job to at least hold the play and forcing forward with the leg, and then a little push of the hand as it looked to have gotten up into Wood's mouth. She's got her jersey there, and no worse for wear, I don't think. Just a bit of a shot in the chops. Pushing forward, and Miller running onto the ball. Almost got there, but a good job by Kajili to make sure that's as far as she got. Knocked in by Mosier. Down the line. Return pass for Mosier. She'll send the ball into the area. Perusin is there. Made a stab at it, but couldn't grab it. Small from distance. That will go off Bourne and fall to her side in black. Trying to turn is Hainish. It gets a tug on the jersey from Kajili. Alexander backs her up. Just over 10 to go. Hainish, long ball for the target player, Jade Taylor Ryan, and knocks a ball forward, but not able to find anyone to run onto it. And didn't know that Shannon Fee had held up and waited on the far side. This one in turn skips, and Lang plays inside to Hainish and outside to Broadhurst, and then up to Taylor Ryan. Ryan takes a knock on the back of the boot. No call coming. Mosier. And a great play again by Broadhurst, not giving an inch to Mosier on the near side. Be out for a throw along the corner. We said in the previous game how steep it is, and the angles that you'll see here are very Loftus Road-esque. You're right on top of the action. Small, pushing forward. Perusin. Small, looking for space. Small fighting, but too many black jerseys right around the 18-yard box. Jade Taylor Ryan, a great ball down the far side. That's Fee. Fee tried to play it in. The only person there, Kajilig, is Taylor Ryan making a run more towards the middle and running out of room rapidly was Fee. Great play by Broadhurst again, covering Mosier. Miller trying to turn. Miller versus Low Black on the far side. Sent across the face of the area. Good job by, again, this United FA side holding their lines. Under 9 minutes to go. It gets to the point where you wonder if there'll be a goal, or you have to figure it would only be one substitution. As also you have to start worrying about putting your penalty kick takers on the field. Who do you trust? Who's practiced? Who's been very, very good? Miller will give way in this case, and in comes Catherine Chadwick, definitely someone that can change the game if she gets a little bit of space. Alberti, dispossessed by Hainish. Taylor Ryan. Taylor Ryan fighting to try and get it through. Falls, nearly touches a hand, appeals for a hand. Referee says no. And then taken potentially down on the far side. This one is a penalty. So after perhaps doing everything to avoid touching the ball in the area, the referee had a very good look at it. Hands all around the ball. Referee said no. And a good job by the player to dodge it. A rather clumsy tackle on the far side. And standing over it, looking to make it a brace, is Jade Taylor Ryan, and the second penalty of this game. Taylor Ryan finds the goal. 7 minutes from time. A double from Taylor Ryan. And in the 33rd minute, it's Ottawa South United on top. Heads up from United FA. A penalty given on either side now. Only difference is one went over the bar, the other one smack dab in the back of the net. That's the difference. I imagine the appetite for wasting time for the referee will be minimal at this stage, and perhaps we might see a little bit more extra time put on. Given away. Bourne. Almost fell to Taylor Ryan again going through, but a good job by Wood to knock it up. Lang looking for possession above all else, but they give it away almost immediately. Coming back, Damian Akos playing the whole game. Bourne ricocheted off a player. Keeper can still pick up as it's not a back pass if it's not intentional. Knocked forward. Sense of urgency now from both sides. Perusin in a dogfight. Does well to get it to her teammate, at least with Wood. Taylor Ryan plays to the far side. Opportunity now. Going to ground. There was a push there. They won't get two in a row, though, I don't think. It was a bump on the side, and they'll say charging fairly, but there looked to be a little bit of a push out. certainly a call that you might see called in the middle of the field, a very different story when it's in the area and going towards goal, and after you've just been awarded a penalty. Nice turn from Kajelig. Kajelig will return it, gets the ball back to her. Broadhurst, though, in excellent position. Ball played out. Taylor Ryan doing well to catch up with it, keeps it in bounds. It does go out of play, though. Just skipped over that line. 4 minutes. Inside 5 minutes, left in the game. Mosier ricochets. Ball played into space. Perusin back to grab it. That's Brooklyn Mitchell, who is the center back. We haven't said her name much, but she's been solid since checking into the game. Another one of those play-up permits in 2003. And there she is on the header, knocking it forward and trying to get her team in a position to get up. Small pushing up. Played wide. Moser's got a bit of time, but that's closing quickly. Bumped in the back, Loblack was, and ball's going to go out of play. And waiting to make sure that she's able to get the ball back in. Searle. There's going to be a foul from back, and they're going to have to take this again as running in. Taylor Ryan got the boot up, came in from behind on Searle. Searle plays it quick. Now Searle again. Got a lot of room to the left. It'll go. It's going to have to be a clean catch. That's exactly what it is, as Ashley Pitcher didn't have to move an inch to get that one. Plays it down the far side. Wood misjudges it, and off to the races is Fee. Shannon Fee running to the corner. It's going to stay there. 3 minutes left. See if she can win a corner and knocked it out of play. It will be a throw-in. Good, smart heads-up thinking by Fee. Ball thrown in. And they covered a Fee. He's just going to go right back to the corner and find a good piece of real estate. And it'll stay with Black. And if you ever know how to salt away a game, this is how to do it. Ball played in. You got to get someone on the front and back of her just to make sure she's not able to get the ball cleanly. Because you can waste minutes and hours and years in there if you're not careful. All played in the corner. Offside is the call, is holding the position. I knocked the ball away, and that's an easy way to pick up a card. But also an easy way to draw attention to the fact that you're looking to waste a little bit of time. So Fee goes into the books as we close in 2 minutes plus whatever extra they give us here in the OPDL Charity Shield final of the under 14 girls level. Under 15 girls level. Under 14 girls champions were crowned. I was North Toronto. Ottawa South is a minute and change away from being crowned champions at this level. Having something to say about it is the Pickering side United FA as they look to push forward. Need some balls going the direction of where the bodies are, and Kiana Loblack quick to try and get this one back in. Does it, flicked on by Mosier. Going to run for Kajelig. Kajelig had the ball at her feet. Kicked out of play again safely. 1 minute to go, plus whatever extra time will go on top of that. And knocked in, Small with a chance. It's going to be a corner kick or a throw-in. It will be a throw, I believe, on the corner. Knocked in. Chadwick knocks it out of play. It'll stay with the white side. United FA looking to try and get it in quickly. They don't have a whole lot of time. Ball flicked out. Top for Mosier. She's got to be careful. She's able to corral it. Plays back. Kajilik playing square. Fighting in forward. Bourne plays to the side. Wood knocks it up and forward. Headed out by Hainish. Back in. Searle. A little bit of space. Seeking ball, looking for Kajilik. Didn't go where she wanted it to go, though. And good job by a reset to go back and squaring herself in the right position was number 11, Brooklyn Mitchell. She's got the ball at her feet now. Mitchell, ball in, looking far side, but not able to run onto that was Perusin as she couldn't link up. Imagine at least a couple minutes that they'd go in. As we can see, there will be a substitution, I believe, made. And a substitution. No, that is the board to come up to say we've got a minute to go. So one more minute to hold off for Ottawa South United to be crowned champions. They've got a brace from Jade Taylor-Ryan. And they have 60 seconds away from a championship. If they can hold on. It was a miss-hit from Broadhurst. It's not likely, but it'll go off, or not normally a likely occurrence that we've seen in this game, but regardless, Small will have to take it to her boot. It's going to be a corner kick. So queuing up for the end of this match. Everybody in the box. And they get the keeper forward. Keeper's going forward, waiting for everyone. Pack the box with white shirts. And hopefully there's a chance to find an equalizer. If you're United, into the area and a kick. Kajilik, ball stays in. Knocked out again, one more corner. What drama here at the end as the crowd cheering them on. This could be their last chance to do it. Ball in, free header. Looked up. Will they say it's a corner? They say it's a goal. Kick is coming in and just missing that one. You have to figure this is going to be about the last play of the game and trying to put the ball down and just ensure they can safely carry it out. All they need, the whistle is in the mouth of Alexander, and Ottawa South United are champions of the Charity Shield for 2017. It was an organized back four. It started from the back. It was timely advantages cashed in on by Jade Taylor-Ryan. First from open play, second from the penalty spot. And a valiant effort, an inspired effort from United FA, coming up just short. Ottawa South United champions for the under-15 girls. Presentations coming up next.
for their fantastic league season and terrific effort in the OPDL Charity Shield.